So first, I wanted to ask you what you thought of David Cronenberg and his films before you kind of got the Cosmopolis job. Like, were you aware of his films?
Yeah, definitely. I was a big sci-fi fan when I was younger, and I was really into Scanners and Videodrome, and then I saw Dead Ringers a little bit later, and that was one of my favourite movies for a long time. But David's just one of those people who you kind of, I mean, he has an adjective about him like you don't really expect. He'd never even come into my world to think, oh, maybe I can do a movie with him. I thought he was just going to do movies with Viggo Mortensen forever.
And so what would you say is your favourite David Cronenberg film?
Probably Dead Ringers, I think, or this. Like, seriously.
And how did you find him to work with, like, on set when you were shooting?
It's really funny and just really, really easy to work with on what could have potentially been quite a complicated script. It's just really calm. He has the same crew all the time. It's like it was easy. We finished the shoot 5 days early, which is like unheard of. But it was really fun, yeah.
Were you surprised how kind of like fun and funny it was because he makes these such like intense films?
Yeah, and also the fact how normal he is as well. He's not eccentric at all. I mean, the tiniest bit, but not really. I mean, he's very objective about about his obsessions and things. I mean, I think that's like what he's most aware of, is trying to be objective all the time. That's why like a lot of his movies have quite a sort of clinical qualities in it. Slightly, you can feel almost like the director's like instead of like it being a part of him, it's like he's created this thing and you can, you know, putting a baby in a basket and floating it down the river afterwards. Like, I mean, they all feel like that.
And he's kind of really well known for like drawing really sort of great performances from his cast. And like, did he give you any kind of specific advice? Like, did you feel that you got anything specific from him for this?
It's just quite trusting. I mean, he's really, really good listener, and I think a lot of directors, what's frustrating a lot of the time is that they're not really watching because they're so stressed out by all the other stuff that they forget what their actual job is. But David, I wouldn't even stay on the set when he wasn't, when the scene wasn't happening. So whenever he came back to the set, he had 100% concentration on it. And so the slightest little thing you do, you know it's getting picked up on. So you end up trusting yourself more because you know that someone else is really watching.
And to change subject slightly, I know there was a sort of rumour that you've quashed about appearing in the Hunger Games sequels, but like following sort of spending so much time in Twilight, is a franchise something you'd actively avoid in future, or?
No way, they're pretty much the only movies that you can get. Yeah, everything's a franchise. Cosmopolis is probably going to be a franchise. It's going to be a Cosmopolis 2 and like, you know, set in the apartment at the end. But yeah, no way. Like it's the only thing for me. I've just done quite a few PG-13 movies in a row, and I think really to break out of that, like, you're very limited by doing PG-13 things because you're immediately making compromises just to sell the movie. So you know right from day one it's you started off on a compromise. Like, this is like no compromise whatsoever like about anything. So yeah, it was I needed to do a few of these.
And also, like, because at the moment superheroes are pretty much like the biggest business at the cinema, would you ever consider like donning the tights and the cape for a superhero role? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many there are left, but like, yeah, I'd kind of like to. I like to play Skeletor.